Alright, in this video I'm going to show 1 year progress in my medieval Dynasty village. I know I had started a couple episodes before, but then my internet didn't work hardly at all for weeks. So there was no way I was able to upload videos that were over 2 hours long. So instead I ended up making a different save file with a new player and starting a new village. And instead of making such long videos that's really hard to upload when my internet don't work right, I'm gonna make a short one. It's mostly gonna be a village tour after 1 year's progress, and I can continue those and upload them pretty easy after each year in the game. So this part, I guess, when it just starts spring of year 2, it tells the 2 villagers that got married, I guess, that I placed them in the same house. So I only have 3 villagers besides myself in this save game. So I'll take you around and look at the village for now. So yeah, I still don't have clothes for my character because I sold them at the first for supplies. Made it through your first year. For sure you already understand the basics of the game. If you don't want more tutorials or want to disable part of the HUD, you can adjust all of them. Okay. So, let me just save the game. So this is my house that I'm using. It's a stone house. The second tier of it, this one, the simple stone house. That's what I'm using for my own. Taxes. Oh. Required to pay tax to the king. Money's collected by Castellan and Piestovia. Creating new buildings and fields increases your tax obligations. So it's like property tax. Okay, and you get banished if you don't pay them eventually. Okay. Anyways, I can see out my window to see my village, what I've built so far. So this one's my house right here, and I did build a little fence. There's berry bushes here and right here behind my house, so I got a fence so the wild animals can't get in here and bite me. Then I have a gate, made a road. This road just goes over to the next one, to the actual in-game road. I didn't continue it through here because I'm not done designing stuff yet. Didn't want it in the way. Here's a field. What is that? I don't know. Well, there's 2 crops. I think this is mostly the wheat. And then I can't remember what that one is. And then over here, I have a barn. Put a fence back here too. And then there's a gate if I want to get out. And then the barn, you can just walk right through it, of course. And then this house I just built during the winter. No one's in it yet because I was expanding my village in that direction. So it just has this little fence, and this is the side that's actually open to the wild because that's the direction I want to expand in more. So I didn't want to fence it all off. And right here I got a sewing hut that I barely got in winter, so I'm gonna have to plant some flax stuff in the spring. That way I can try to make the flax stalks into the thread and then the fabric stuff, so that way I can actually make clothes. Because yeah, my character's just in their underwear because I had to sell the clothes so I'd have stuff. What's this one? Herbalist hut. I haven't used it yet. I built it at the start of winter, actually. Didn't get to use that yet. Here's the workshop. So I got that, and then that's an empty house right there. There's these in the way. So that house is still empty. And then this middle section's still open. In the future, I'm thinking maybe make a gathering place here in the middle of the houses with tables and benches or chairs or something like that. That house actually has 1 person that lives in it. And then this one, this is the wood thing. I forget what it's called. Woodshed. Okay, I have them mostly gathering logs. And then I make the firewood and planks and stuff as needed. But I just want most of their effort on getting logs so I don't have to be chopping so many trees and stuff myself. Okay, there's sticks growing right in the middle of my town. And then this is an orchard that I started on my first year. So I got a cherry tree growing, a plum tree, a pear tree, and an apple tree. So I don't know if those take a couple years or more to mature to where I can actually start getting stuff off of them. So I put those there. I didn't want it real thick, just like one row. And then I have a fence line around here with, the water, and then the reeds over there if I need straw. And then I got the kitchen, and then the blacksmith thing. What's this? Sure, growing a lot of things in the way, huh? Okay, so after the kitchen and blacksmith, this part's open because once I have the technology, I want to do fishing stuff right out here. So that's why this part's open. And then this was the first house I built. That's the one I was staying in until I built that stone one that's up there for myself, but no one's in that yet. This was the second house I built. That's where my other villagers, the two that got married, that's where they are. And this is the hunter's lodge, and I have both of them doing that. One of them's in there right now. Oh, now they're both in there. So I have both of them doing that. Collected meat and fur and different stuff and a little bit of leather. And then I left this part open right here. I don't know why these are growing in the way, but I left this one tree, the maple tree. I just thought it looked cool, so I wanted to keep it. I don't want everything cut down. And then this is the entrance to it with the gate, and then that just goes to the main street that goes across the bridge to Piastovia that's right there. So I just came across the bridge and went to the right and just started my village right here, right across there. I didn't build to the left this time. I wanted that to be where I could get plenty of wood, because if I build over there, then the trees won't be spawning. I'd have to go farther and farther. So there's that part, and then the reason I put my main house where I did is because you come in here and then you turn, so then you can see it. Even if you're going to these shops or whatever they are, then you can still see mine up there, and this will be a farm area. It already has some, but there's more ground here. And then I also like that it's on a little bit of a hill up here. So that way when I come out, whether I'm in there looking through the window or just first coming out, then I can see a lot of my village. I can see the crops. When I have more seeds after I harvest, then that'll, right here I'll have more crops too. And then I can go out that gate if I want to venture out myself, or harvest or something, or if I want to work in the barn, or the sewing hut, or the blacksmith or kitchen that's down there, whatever the case is. And then I can see a couple of the houses from here. So I like that. That's why I wanted the gathering place in the future with tables and benches or whatever to be somewhere around this area, somewhere central. That way when I come out of my house, then I could see it and see all the people and villagers and stuff. Have a nice area for them to gather. I heard there's a tavern, but you need a ton of technology, and it will be years in the future to ever unlock it. If I'm still staying in this house at the time, For a tavern, I think since I have this gate right here, I'd probably expand it to right here, right on the other side of my house's fence. And then it'd just go through this gate. You know, I'd have to fence off some more of that. But then just have it right here real close for the tavern. And then if there's ever any shops or something, I'd probably put them right here next to it on this side of my road. Because this leads straight to the main road anyways, like this. See, it either goes back to Piastovia or on towards other towns. So it kind of makes sense that if they were coming in, then they'd have the shops and tavern and all the stuff. So, and then I did leave a couple maple trees, the bigger ones. I purposely put my house in between them. I cut down other trees just so it could fit. Even though that one's outside my fence line, I just thought it looked cool. Because they get pretty big. And then like that one there. See, so I just left those for decorations, for looks. And then this one, I might keep that one, I might not. Not 100% sure, but I do want to keep the two on each side of my house. But I might keep this one too. It's next to the barn. I'll have to wait and see. But eventually, I'll expand out here. I had just built that house right before winter. And then I'm going to need more farm area. Since this is the sewing hut, I'm thinking maybe farm the flax stuff right here around that area. Because I don't know where else to put it. I don't want it blocking all this. You know, this middle section. Because this is sectioned off with a fence. I can farm there. So that part makes sense. And I want this to just all be wheat. So other crops are going to have to go elsewhere. But I'm thinking back over here. And then see, I started a road from that. I made a little gate there for a back exit. Started a road here. Then I'll have to decide how I'm going to organize it to go up there. So it can connect my house and the rest of them. Yeah, I'm thinking this area, somewhere around here, will probably be where I end up farming the other stuff. But you can see that in the next video, after I play one more year's worth of this game. So back to my house, and then see if I look out the window. That's why I want the gathering thing there with tables. That way I can see all my villagers and watch them, and my farm and everything. See the entrance gate. I get a view of the river a little bit that's out there. So that's cool. And through those trees, I could cut the trees down and see Piastovia over there, because you can kind of see a speck of the wall. But I'm not sure if I want to see it, or if I want the trees to just block it off so we seem more separate. I'm not sure yet. And then I can look out the back windows to see the wilds out here with the woods and stuff. So that's cool. I know there's some sort of lake or something, the tiny one out there, but I don't know how far. I'll end up expanding in the future. I don't know how many buildings I have. What do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 buildings, I think, in the first year. That's quite a bit. I don't know if I'll build that many the second year, because I do want to focus on crops and stuff. What do I have right now? 1, 2, 3 unoccupied houses. So if I get people and couple them up, that would be 6 people. And this one doesn't have a partner either, so that could be 7. And I don't have a partner either, so that could be 8. Really? 8? Is that the right amount? Wait, I have 3 right now. So I could fit 2 in there. 1 in there, that makes 3. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, and then myself. That's why it didn't seem right. Yeah, so then, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so then there'd be 12 of us if I did that. But I don't know if I want to couple them up right away because I don't know how long it is until they have kids, and then all of a sudden
I would have a
won't
couple of suggestions for improving life in
the
our
woman
settlement.
won't be doing labor from what I understand for a couple years, from what I read online. I haven't played it enough to ever see any of that, but yeah, from what I understand, it'd be a couple years where they don't contribute. So I don't want to get too many villagers like that, because then it'd make it hard to keep enough food and materials and everything for now. But that's my village tour for the end of year 1. And then hopefully you'll join me the next time for the tour after year 2. Catch you next time.